Good morning, students. Welcome back to computer science classes of class 12. Today, in this session, we will be covering a few questions of previous years from chapter 1 and chapter 2, that is, from Python, revision tour, and functions. Here we can see this is very common question that comes in your board examination, like which of the following can be used as valid variable identifiers in Python. It can be of 2 marks or sometimes it comes of 1 mark also. The options are given: fourth, sum, total, number hash, data. So out of them, which one are the valid identifier or variable? So for solving this, we should know or we should recapitulate a few rules for it. That will be discussed in the next slide. Now here we can see it is name given to program element. So the identifier or the function name or the variable should follow these 12 rules. Okay. Now, identifier name cannot start with a digit. Then, so it cannot start with a digit. Then special characters are not allowed. The special characters, that is at the rate, full stop, exclamatory mark, tab, all these characters are not allowed in your variables or identifier or function name. Then we can give any valid name to the identifier. Okay, then uppercase and lowercase are all allowed. Then only alphabets, digits, and underscores are permitted. An identifier is used for any variable. So any identifier can be used for any variable. Then the next one is other special characters are not allowed for naming a variable. Then Python is case sensitive so that uppercase letters and lowercase letters are different. So if you are using small abc, so the next time you have to use small abc only. You cannot use capital ABC. Then the name of the identifier cannot begin with a digit. However, the underscore can be used. Like if I say underscore my name, but I cannot write one my name. Then the first character while declaring the identifier. Then only alphabetic characters, digits and underscores are permitted. The last one is keywords cannot be used as identifier. So keywords like your int, float, def, okay. So all these, so such keywords cannot be used as identifiers. Let us have some examples in the next slide. Just see MOHD, it is starting with a small letter, ABS, W underscore, then small E50, KU, Rita, capital R, temp, A346. So like this, these are the valid. This can be the examples of valid identifiers. But let us see some invalid identifiers. Like some star, as I have already told you, you cannot use these characters, special characters, star, ABC and. The digits cannot be the starting letters. Then again, star, hyphen, dot, ampersand, the digits, or this is floor is a keyword, or you can say the function. So this cannot be used as your identifier. I hope this is clear to you all. Here I have given a sort of questions to be identified as valid or invalid variable or identifier using those given 12 rules. If you follow those rules, you can never commit any error while solving this. I'll be giving this whole set of question in your worksheet, so you don't have to worry. Just see this one. 24 is a valid one, but void is not a valid one. XYZ a valid one, case is valid one. Okay, Stu star name is not valid one. Then one roll underscore number is not valid one. 1A 2B is not valid one. My dot is not valid. Okay, so you have to be conscious while identifying. Pow is a keyword, so it is not a valid one. True, not a valid one. So like this, you have to identify them and then understand. Now, another set of question. Which of the following is not a valid arithmetic assignment operators? So for such questions, it could be a question like which of the following is a membership operator. So you have to remember what are the different operators we have got in Python. Let us see them. Like if we talk about arithmetic operators, we have got plus, minus, star, double star, then integer division, float division, and modulus. Then relational operators, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, double equal to, that is conditional checking, double equal to. Then logical operators, and or not, bitwise operators, you can see. Then assignment operators is equal to, special operators is or is not. Then membership operators in or not in. Then typecasting, like if I say int in bracket some number, so that is your typecasting. So like if I have this example, float in bracket some number, so that will be converted into integer or float, sorry. So such examples have been asked. Now the next one, now we will understand what is range function. This we have already done in a class 11, but again for your convenience I am repeating this. Range is actually a function for calculating, for generating a set of sequence of numbers. Okay, so if I say range start, stop, and then step value, this is actually how range function is written. So when the output I will get, what sequence I'll get the sequence as, it will start from the start number and it will stop before the stop number, that is stop minus 1. So if it is range 1 comma 4, then I'll get the output as 1 comma 2 comma 3. 4 will be excluded, it will never give the output as 4. Then range 1 comma 5 comma 2, it will give as 1 comma 3. Why? Because 2 is the step value, step up. Okay, so after having 1, it will add plus 2 and it will give me the output as 3. Then again after adding again 2, I'll get the output as 5. But since range does not give the extreme value as output, so output will not be there in the, so 5 will not be there in the output. Then range 4, when no start, no step value is given, only one number is given, then we have to consider it as this last value or the stop value. Then we will have the sequence as 0, 1, 2, 3. I hope this is clear to you all. So based on this function, we can get one question. The question comes, write the output of the following Python program code. A equal to, the sequence is given, the list of number is given to you, 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, 30. Now for I in range 0, 6. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to you have to just first understand what is the sequence that is generated from this range 0, 6. What output I'll get? I'll get as the output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I'll not get the output as 6. Okay. So it will be from 0 to 5. So how many times the loop will repeat itself? It will be 5 times, 0 to 5. Okay. Now let us first solve it when I is equal to 0. Then A0 means what? Is 10, right? So 10 modulus 2. 10 modulus 2 is equal to 0. Yes, true. So we will get the output as, now here A0 again, this sentence, A0 is equal to slash equal to 2. That means A0 slash 2. Okay. So what will be the output? A0 means 10. So 10 by 2 is equal to 5. Got it? So you'll get A1, that is A0 will become 5. So 10 will be replaced by 5 for the time being. Then again when I is equal to 1, let us solve it for I equal to 1. So first for when I is equal to 0, A0 has become 5, right? When I is equal to 1, I is equal to 1, what will happen? A1 is equal to 12. So 12% 2 means, that is the modulus. So 12 is again divisible by 2. The remainder is 0, true. So it will again get into it. So this one. So this one gives me output as 6. Okay. So again in place of 12, it will become 6. Again, when I is equal to 2. So A2% 2, you'll get the module output as 0 only, because 2, when I divide by 2, the remainder will be 0 only. So when I'll get the remainder is 0, again AI is 2, A2 means 15 divided by 2. What is output? 15 divided by 2 is 5, and we'll get some remainder. But here when I use this division operator, we only consider the quotient. So this 15 will be converted to 5. Then again when I'll become with 3, so it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 17% 2. 17 modulus 2 will not give me remainder as 0, right? So I will go to the next line, that is elif. So again 17% 3, it will not give me modulus as 0. Okay. So like this it will move on. So by solving the whole program in this way, you will get the output as 5 hash 6 hash 5, then 17, 10 and 15. Okay. I hope this is clear to you all. Such questions are coming mostly. Proceeding to the next. Let us understand random module. Random module is having number of functions inside it. And to use those function, we use import statement. I guess all of you remember those modules, the one of the type of functions that we have. So the random module has got this. Now you can see functions in the random module depend on a pseudo-random number generator function, that is random. Now, one we have got random, then we have got randint, then we have got many more. Let us first discuss about random. So it will generate a random float number between 0 to 1. Okay. It will never give you any number more than 1 or less than 0. So 0.0, it will be giving you a float number. So it does not require any argument. Okay. So how we will execute it? I have given you this examples of, I have written import random and then random.random. What output you will get? This. Every time it will be different. Sometime it can be 0.2, 0.1, 0.3. Okay. Now, in the next, we have got randint. This is another function which is very important for your board examination. Random.randint. It will return a random integer between the specified integers. Like I have given an argument as 1 and 4. So what will be the output? I'll get the output either any of these numbers, 1, 2, 3 or 4. Like we have got range function, therein what happens? The extreme value, the stop value will never be considered. But over here, it will give the numbers from the start to the stop value. Stop value will be included. Okay. Now, let us see the example where I have this one. Import random, random.random, randint. So random you have to import every time because this is the module name. Okay. So randint 1, 100. So just see, you have got the output as 95. The next time when again I am running the same statement, I am getting the output as 49. So it will be different for every time. Okay. From 1 to 100. So it can generate 100 numbers from 1 to 100. Okay. Now proceeding to the next, we have got rand range. Now rand range is almost like your range function, but the difference is the value of start with a 0 by default, and similarly the value step is by default. So this rand range function is almost similar to range function, but the basic difference is it will generate the number randomly. Like I have given the example, random.randrange 1, 10. It will generate from 1 to 9. It will never give the output as 10, as you have seen in range function. But in range function, you will get a proper sequence at a stretch, but over here it will give you random numbers. If again we are writing random.randrange 1, 10, 2, it will give you sometimes 5, then sometimes 7. Okay, but it will never give you as 10. Again, one more example, random.randrange 0, 101, 10. So you will get the output as 80, sometimes 90, sometimes 100, but it will never give the output as 101. Now, the next function we have got choice. Choice is very interesting. It returns a randomly selected element from a non-empty sequence. For example, if I write random.choice and in bracket I have given a string like computer. So it can give you the output as T, sometimes C, sometimes O. So any element from that given sequence. So again, in the next example, if we take a list of numbers 12, 23, 45, 67. So any number, any element from that given sequence, 45, and again if we run the same sentence, same statement, we'll get the output as 67. Proceeding to the next function, we have got shuffle. Shuffle function is actually used for shuffling the given sequence. Like here we have got numbers equal to 12, 23. This is a variable we have taken for list. Then random dot shuffle numbers. Then what output we will get? We will get as 23, 12. You just see the numbers are being shuffled. Again, if the same sentence has been repeated or run, then we'll get again another set of sequence with shuffled numbers. I hope the shuffle function is clear to you all. Now, let us see one question based on this random that is very common for the board examination. What possible outputs are expected to be displayed on screen at the time of execution of the program from the following code? Also specify the maximum values that can be assigned to each of the variables from and to. Okay. So here we can see import. The question is the piece of code that has been given, import from here to here. This is the piece of code. Import random AR 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. This is the list of numbers that has been given to you. Then from random dot randint 1, 3. So what is the first purpose of what you have to do first? You have to first solve what output you are going to get from this. So from randint 1, 3, you will get sometimes 1, sometimes 2, and sometimes 3. In the same way, random dot randint 2, 4, for this you will be getting sometimes 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. Now just focus. The question is specify the maximum values that can be assigned to each variables from and to. So we have got from and over here 2. From maximum number is 3 and 2 is maximum 4. Okay, so you will first write maximum value. Adjust with the handwriting that is coming out of here. Maximum value from is equal to 3 and 2 is equal to 4. Okay, this thing you have to specify without forgetting. Otherwise, if you just solve it and get the output and you do not specify this maximum value, then again your number will be lost. You will lose some numbers out of this question. Okay. Now, when I have got this from and to's value, now you have to proceed to the next line. Let me first erase all this. Now, so we have got for from, let me write it once again. For from we have got 1, 2 and 3, and for 2 we have got 2, 3 and 4. Now the question is for. This is a for loop where k in range from, 2 plus 1. So now from, it will be from 1, 2, 3, and 2 plus 1 means every time, sometimes it will be 2. So 2 it will not be taking, it will be taking 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, and 4 plus 1, 5. So 3, 4 and 5. Now it is asking you to print ARK and hashtag. So the first time K starts with 1, right? So ARK. So K1. So when K is 1, AR, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 1 is 30. So 30 hash, you can just see 30 hash we can get over here. Then again repeating, K becomes 2. So when it is 2, so AR2 means 40. So this one 40 hash. Again moving to the next. 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1, here it is actually 3. So this will not be considered. So going to next, if it is 2, so if from is 2 and this one is 4. So the next one, if it is 3, so AR3, if AR3, then 3 means 50. So again we'll take 50 hash. So this will be the output. If you run this whole program again and again, sometimes you will get this, sometimes you will get some other set, but you will never get this and this. Okay. So try doing it, and such programs will be given to you in the form of worksheets so that you can practice more and more, and you should not lose any marks from such questions. Hope this is understood to you all. Thank you for this session, and practice more and more questions from the sample papers, download sample papers and the worksheets that I'll be giving.